GPO sitting at around 3k concurrent players, which is way lower than what we're used to seeing. But we gotta ask ourselves, right? How did this happen? Today I'm gonna talk about GPO's fall from grace and why it happened. Let's get right into it. In my opinion, GPO's prime was during release to update 3. The game felt fresh and was a new One Piece game that was different from block shoots. The game had super cool effects and fruits were rare, making them sought after by the community. The updates introduced cool islands and cool new fruits, but there kind of lies the problem: the updates. Updates for the game took way too long to come out. The updates took longer to release each time. And after a while, the game felt stale for way too long. People lost interest in the game and simply left. I don't know why the game didn't get updated that often, whether it be not enough devs or the devs just being lazy. Whatever the case may be, my point still stands on the fact that the game received a lack of updates. And as the game's life cycle went on, the updates weren't as cool, in my opinion. Sometimes it would just be one new island, maybe 2 new bosses and a fruit. The game is not fun for new players to get into. GPO follows the usual bandit beater blueprint when it comes to progression. If you want to level up and progress early game, you have to kill a bunch of bandits, you go to a new island, and you rinse and repeat. That turns off a lot of new players from playing the game, and they would rather play something else with a more exciting progression system. Okay, so this might be a little nitpick, right? But I hate the drop rates on this game. Every time a new update drops, and let's say there's like a new sword that comes out, or maybe a new fruit, I get excited. I'm thinking, hey, I want to use that. So I hop on the game, I see the boss, and I realize that the item has a 0.5% drop chance. For example, Kikoku from the law boss. Like, bruh. If you do reach max level, there's not much for you to do. I mean, you can fight bosses, you can PvP, you can trade, or you can play BR. That's pretty much it. And that's if you made it past the boring grind you have to do to get to max level. Once you do reach max level, you're stuck playing the stuff that I mentioned earlier, or you leave the game and wait until a new update drops. Since there is a lack of endgame content, most players decide to get into trading. They have a set goal in mind, whether it be a dream fruit or dream item, and they trade their way up to that item. There's one tiny problem though. The trading in this game sucks. The trading in GPO at its current state is not fun at all, and it was not fun a couple months ago. I'll get into that. Items are getting overpriced like crazy, items are dropping in value because of a duping glitch, and the worst one of all, the reason why trading got destroyed in my opinion, are the Watashi Ruby value bots. I'm not going to talk about this for too long since most people already know what this is, but basically, a guy named Watashi Ruby had a Discord server with a bunch of value bots. These value bots would put random numbers and set random values on GPO items and fruits that made absolutely no sense. As a result of this, a lot of people followed these value bots since these people were too lazy to do any research, right? So that resulted in items shooting up in value or items dropping in value for no real reason. Watashi Ruby later admitted that these values were based off panic trades. Of course, this is just my opinion. GPO isn't really a dead game per se, but it has lost a lot of players, and I just wanted to talk about why it lost so many players. And of course, the point of this video isn't to shit on the game. I just want to point out some stuff and the reasons why I believe this game lost so many players. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.